I have a message from the Tea Party, a message that is loud and clear and does not mince words. We've come to take our government back.
Back to what? In the playbook tonight, the Tea Party's all fired up. Their man, Rand Paul, steamrolled Mitch McConnell's guy, Trey Grayson, in the Kentucky Republican Senate primary last night. It was a huge blow to the Republican establishment, and I think it makes Mitch McConnell the biggest loser of the night. Here's a message for all you Tea Party folks out there. The party's over. For more, let me bring in radio talk show host Stephanie Miller. And we should point out that Mr. Rand Paul gave his acceptance speech at a private golf club. Stephanie, what's that tell us?
Well, yeah, that's the one section of the electorate they have yet to reach out to, the rich white guys that play golf. Yeah, they probably didn't have that segment nailed down yet. And I think when he says take our country back, Ed, I think he means back to a time when it was okay to discriminate against, people of different races or with disabilities, since he's apparently against the Americans with Disabilities Act and other things like that.
This is the strange thing. He is actually on record with a blogger saying he wants to repeal the 1990 American Disabilities Act. Nobody's ever even talking about that. I mean, can the Republicans control their crazies at this point?
I think this is all good news. And the Tea Party, I'm sorry, but to me, they are driving the Republican Party, as you're saying, farther and farther to the right, to the lunatic fringe. And good for them.
I don't buy this thing that he's not a Washington insider. His dad's been there for 20-some years, wants to get rid of the IRS, which some people might go along with. But what does this say about Mitch McConnell?
Well, I think you're exactly right. He's the biggest loser of the night. You know, they keep trying to, talk about the power of the Tea Party. Ed, if I were the Republican Party, I'd be scared to death. This is what's happened so far, is they're driving anybody sane or moderate out of the Republican Party thus far.
Do you think John Boehner was tanning today or playing golf? I'm not sure. Which one do you think?
It's, you know what, I probably crying some of his bronzer off and then reapplying it.
Stephanie, always a pleasure. Good to have you with us tonight.
You too, Ed.
A few final pages of the playbook tonight. President Obama hosts Mexican President Felipe Calderon for a second state dinner at the White House tonight. Calderon arriving and shaking hands with Mr. Obama just moments ago. And, of course, security's on the lookout for party crashers. We all remember this infamous couple that found their way into their first state dinner back in November. Pretty good pictures, too. And the newly crowned Miss USA has been on the job for just 3 days, and already she's talking about a career change. She joined David Letterman last night with the top 10 things that she wants to do as Miss America. Looks like she's interested in working in Washington. Let's take a look.
Here we go. Top 10 things I want to do as Miss USA. Number 10.
Fill in as Secretary of State whenever Hillary Clinton's on vacation.
Yeah.
And finally, for the first time in over 100 years, a pirate has been convicted in a U.S. courtroom. One of the Somali pirates who held Captain Richard Phillips hostage off the coast of Somalia last April pleaded guilty to hijacking a U.S. ship and kidnapping. He's expected to serve up to 33 years in jail.